Friends, there's never a dull moment with President Trump. In this video, we are going to analyze why he said what he did to Prime Minister Meloni and why she responded back to him. For those who don't know, President Trump, in a telephone interview with an Italian TV channel, claimed that Giorgia Meloni, the Prime Minister of Italy, begged him for a photograph and was dying to talk to him during the recently concluded G7 meeting. And he said even though he didn't need to talk to her, but he felt sorry for her. And so he obliged. Meloni immediately responded that all of this is made up, i.e., that he's lying, and neither she nor Italy would ever beg. In fact, she went on to say that Trump behaves aggressively and poorly with his allies and is always very accommodating with those who are the enemies of the West and of America, basically hitting him where it hurts. Well, there are two or three reasons for Trump to have spoken this way. The first is he loves a good fight. It makes him feel alive. And he never lets an insult go without hitting back even harder. That's his nature. And his guiding philosophy in life, something that his father taught him. He was angry with Meloni about the fact that she, like the other Europeans, did not support him in this war on Iran. That is because the Italian public, like the rest of the European public, was against this war. And we saw this in the fact that the German chancellor, the British Prime Minister, the French Prime Minister, Spanish Prime Minister, none of the Europeans supported him in this war. In fact, most of them did not allow use of their American air bases, except with the exception of Germany. But even Germany and the UK, when they allowed the American aircraft, it was not for attack purposes. Of course, that was a fiction because you can never clearly determine what is for defensive purposes and what is for attack. So Meloni too denied him use of the air bases that the Americans have in Italy. Before that, she had opposed Trump's criticism of the Pope. Trump had hit back that the Pope is soft on crime and does not know much about foreign policy and is poor in foreign affairs. That was again because the Pope had criticized Trump and America. Actually, the serious cracks in the relationship had started appearing well before this, especially when Trump started making aggressive statements and moves towards Greenland and Denmark. Slowly, most Europeans had had enough of him. If you recall, the German chancellor had also said that it is sad to see a great country like America being humiliated by Iran. If you recall, Macron had also hit back, and so had Britain's Keir Starmer. Meloni had been special. She is the head of a right wing government. She was the only one among the leaders of Europe who had gone for Trump's inauguration, but Trump characteristically had hit back after Meloni's criticism or defense of the Pope, saying that she lacked courage and he thought she was brave earlier, but he doesn't anymore.